Hello, this is Creativa Artley, and I'm a little ticked due to an article that came out Wednesday at this point. And it's about a kid with autism who was shot by police who were called in to help manage a autism freakout, autistic breakdown. And yeah, as someone who's on the spectrum myself for autism, yeah, this is not okay. It's just not okay. So I'm going to read a little bit of the article for y'all so you see where I'm coming from. 13-year-old boy with autism was shot by police after his mother called for help managing a mental breakdown. End quotes. A 13-year-old boy was seriously injured after being shot by a police officer in Salt Lake City on Friday night, according to his mom. Golda Barton said that her son, Linden Cameron, who has Asperger's syndrome, which is what I have, experienced a mental breakdown earlier in the day. It had been her first day back at work in nearly a year, and Linden was having trouble coping, she confirmed to CNN in one of their emails. Barton also confirmed she called the police and asked for a crisis intervention team to help her manage the situation and get her son the treatment he needs. I said, look, he's unarmed. He doesn't have anything. Just gets mad and he starts yelling and screaming, Barton told the CNN affiliate about her call to the police. He's a kid trying to get attention. He doesn't know how to regulate. When police arrived, Barton said her son ran away. She told KUTV that she heard someone yell, "Get down on the ground," 3 times, followed by several gunshots. Why didn't they tase him? Why didn't they shoot him with a rubber bullet? She told the station. He's a small child. Why don't you just tackle him? You are big police officers with massive amounts of resources. Salt Lake City Police Sergeant Keith Horrock said in a news conference on Saturday that officers had been called to the area because the boy was having a psychological episode and had made threats to some folks with a weapon. The boy fled, and as police chased after him, one officer fired their weapon and struck the kid, Horrock said. Officers provided medical aid to the boy until medical personnel arrived, Horrock said. He was then taken to a local hospital, according to the police. Linden's injuries include damage to his shoulder, ankles, intestines, bladder, and colon, as well as nerve damage, his mom told CNN. It is not clear whether the boy actually had a weapon or exactly what threats police were said to be responding to. Barton told CNN her son was unarmed. Detective Greg Wilking, a spokesperson for the Salt Lake CPD, told CNN on Tuesday that he could not speak specifically to whether the boy had a weapon or what the officer's perceived threats were, and that those questions would be determined by his investigation. Mom can say what she wants, but there's this investigation that has to happen and this process that has to take place, Wilking responded. The incident is being investigated by a team consisting primarily of officers from the West Valley CPD, according to Wilking. West Valley City is a suburb of Salt Lake City, both of which are a part of Salt Lake County. Once that investigation is complete, the information will be turned into the district attorney's office, who will conduct their own investigation from there, Wilking said. The city also has a civilian review board that investigates complaints regarding police conduct. While the full details of this incident are yet to be released as the investigation takes place, I will say that I am thankful this young boy is alive and no one else was injured, Salt Lake City Mayor Aaron Mendenhall said in a statement, according to KUTV. No matter the circumstances, what happened on Friday night is a tragedy, and I expect this investigation to be handled swiftly and transparently for the sake of everyone involved. So, yeah, that's the article. The event happened last Friday, and the news release for it was Wednesday of this week. And, yeah, the kid was unarmed. He was just having a freak out, and the police were called on for help. They shouldn't have been shooting at the kid, like the mom said. Why couldn't they just tackle him? He's a kid. He's freaking out. He doesn't know what to do. He's scared, which is why he ran in the first place. And apparently this isn't new. Like, there was an incident similar to this in 2016, where the dad was being pursued and they didn't know the kid was in the car, so when they shot through the passenger trying to get to the driver's seat with their guns, they ended up striking a, like, 3 or 6-year-old, like, 7 times with bullets, and that's not okay. Like, because they were going for the dad, not the kid. And they shouldn't even have been shooting through the car in the first place if the guy had just pulled over as they had requested. And the reason I'm bringing up that one is because it also concerned an autistic kid. Like, I feel for these parents. Like, and the little one in 2016, he actually died, and falling weight, poor dad had to bury his kid. Like, all of this is just a mess. Like, everyone should feel safe around police, not scared of them. Like, the kid just didn't want to go to the hospital. There was a million better ways to, like, coax him into calming down so they could get him to the hospital for treatment. Like, with this one that happened recently. You didn't need to shoot at him. Just, like, calmly approach him. Or, like, tackle him like the mom said. And it's just like, he's unarmed. Why'd you shoot? There was no reason for you to think he was armed when, like, the mom in her call clearly told you otherwise. Y'all are a mental health team. A mental branch of the police force. You know how to handle this properly. So none of this just makes any sense. And it just breaks my heart. I will say this. I'm with Linden and his mom on this. Like, as much as I think the police are a good thing, I'm with Linden and his mom on this. This shouldn't have been a thing that happened. The police should have just tackled the kid and gotten him to the hospital that way. What do you think? Let me know down below.